everyone, today I will be showing you the demo of assignment 1. So this is my virtual box. I have the Ubuntu image up and running, and here's what it looks like for me. So this is the terminal and this is the folder inside the desktop, and we're going to get inside this folder right now on the terminal. Alright. And inside this folder, you will see the data and the scripts folder. So first we'll go inside the scripts folder. And these are the Python files. The first one is task 1, so we will look at that. And you can look at it by doing nano. And here's the code. Another way you can do that is to just go inside. So it's the same thing. We have the variable that takes the input from the user and then puts that variable inside the print statement. We can run it by typing Python 3 and then the file. It asks for my name, so I'll enter my name, and it works. Great. So on to the next task, which is web scraping. We can go to that file, which is web scraper. And again, you can access this file by clicking on here. So first we have the libraries, and then we have the WebDriver. I use Chrome to have the WebDriver for Chrome. And this is the link for the website that we had to scrape data from. Because this is a dynamic page, we had to make it sleep or wait for a little bit for everything to load. So I chose sleep 2 as that was the amount that worked for me. We had to inspect the HTML page just to see exactly how the elements and the tags are working, where the data is coming from. So I already made a note of this. For the market banner, I can see that this is like market banner main, and underneath that there's like this ID, market data scroll container, and it contains the symbol, the stock position, and then the changes point. I chose the market data scroll container to gather all the data from inside this div. Once I had the data, I had to convert that into text, and then from that text I tried to organize each element of that text into a list so that we could hopefully organize the raw data before we filter it some more. And I tried to organize it by splitting it up by new line and then printing out each new line onto the web data HTML. And for this demo, I'm saving it into a separate HTML so that it is separate from my submission. It's the same thing for the latest news. And again, we can see the latest news timestamp, the link and the title. They're under this class, latest news list. So I tried to scrape data from latest news list. And again, convert that into text, then split that text by new line and save it all into a list, and then try to print it out in an organized way. So we can run it just to see how it looks. It'll have the website up here in order to scrape the data. And once it's done, it would be closed. And you can find that data in raw data, and it's in this demo, which is separate from my submission. So this is what the raw data looks like. It's not very organized right now, but it looks like it's got everything that we need. We wanted to see the first 10 lines of data. And as you can see, it showed everything. And this may be because data is all being stored in one line for some reason, even though we can see that it was not all in one line. It's in like separate lines based on like how HTML works, so like paragraph and stuff like that. So I am still a little confused on how this is happening. But this does display everything in one line, I assume. Okay. So now that we have done that, we want to filter the data, and we would go back to scripts and run data filter. So again, we want to see what data filter looks like. This is what it looks like here. You can also view it in the folder. And again, I will be saving separate files. But this is using the assignment submission of web data, so not the one that we just had. Okay. Here we read in that HTML file. We gather all of the data from inside the page and then filter it through different ways. So for market symbol, there is the asterisk. For stock position, there is a decimal point, but we don't want it to include plus, which would be change percentage. For a change point, it would be a percentage. For latest news, they have a timestamp, which would include the word hours. For the link, there is the HTTP or HTTPS. And then the latest news title, according to our own extracting, it's basically everything else. So the filter is a little bit more complicated. And we save these into CSV files. And we can run that here. And these are the messages that appear as the program is running, and they're all saved. And this is what market data looks like, and then this is what news data looks like. And that's it for my demo. Thank you.